Hello guys and welcome back to our channel. My name is Mohit and welcome to Dude Banter. So the last time we met, it was a month ago after the game of Nottingham Forest and United, which was a 2-all draw, which was just before the international break. And ever since then, United has played 4 games, which is Tottenham, and there was an international break. After that, we played Everton, Palace, and West Ham. So in this video, we'll be discussing all the 4 games which I missed. Honestly, I was not keeping well as there were things which were a priority, so I had to keep this aside for a little bit. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into the video. So we start off with the match between Tottenham and Manchester United, which took place on November 8th. So yeah, the match ended 2-all draw, and what a game it was. And just I don't know what to say about that game, but Mbumo took to the first goal and took United 1-0. And it looks like we would be going away with 3 points in London, but the last 10 minutes of that game was very roller coaster. I could say because Tottenham equalized in the 84th minute, and in the stoppage time, Richarlison scored the second goal and beat the deadlock, and then they took the lead, and it looked like we were walking away with no points from Tottenham from a winning position with 1-0 up, courtesy the Mbumo goal. Then it was 2 goals from Tottenham in the stoppage in the dying minutes of the game, and it looked like the game has gone out of our hands. But in came Dillit, and at the last kick of the game, which was a corner, and in that last kick of the game, Dillit scored the equalizer and made the game 2-all, and that pretty much was the end of the game, and we walked away with a point. So yeah, there were a lot of things in that game as well. The result showed a lot of fight in the squad because even though we were 2-1 down in the dying minutes of the game, we showed some attacking instinct, and our players also looked sharp and they were looking to score the equalizer, and which we got eventually. But also there were flaws. Defense is getting exposed again, and there are concentration lapses as well, which is costing us the game. And yeah, it was a hard-earned point at Spurs, even though we would consider this as drop points. So yeah, uh, we'll keep this for the end, that how many points we could have won from the results which didn't go our way. So yeah, next game, it's Man United versus Everton. This game was the first game after the international break, and in the international break, we saw that our players were in red hot form. I think Bruno Fernandes had just scored a hat trick, and Casemiro had scored a goal, had provided an assist. Mazraoui also had an assist. Mbumo actually his team crashed out of the World Cup qualifier. That was a setback. Yeah, and the other players as well were in good form. So this was a game played on 25th November, and it turned out to be a nightmare for us because this game of Century, the game where we could have got easy 3 points because Everton was also struggling, and our players were in good form. Senna Lammens also had a good game internationally. He also kept a clean sheet for Belgium. Dillet also had a good game for Netherlands. And yeah, coming into this game, Everton were, I don't know, that was a very bizarre start to the game. Everton went one man down because Gay got a red card. He started fighting against his own teammate, and I think he slapped him. And they were down to 10 men in the 10th or 13th minute. I don't remember, but it was at the start of the game, and ever since then, it looked like we would walk away with 3 or 4 goals in this game at least, because also we were playing at home. But uh, I don't know what happened, and Everton scored the goal. No worries with Everton scoring the goal. I mean, they are 10 men, and they would show an extra bit of fight against a full 11 of United. But yeah, Everton scored the goal, and which turned out to be the only goal of the game. And it was a pretty shocking game for us because we should have won that game very easily, as I mentioned, by 3 or 4 goals. So yeah, our defense, our team, I think took the game pretty lightly. Everton were the team who looked like they were here to take the points. And actually, the one thing which I noticed, it looked like even though Everton was a 10-man Everton, but it looked like United were one-man short, and Everton was the one who was playing with all the they had. But yeah, Dewsbury Hall scored the only goal of the game in the 29th minute, which was a very good long-range goal. I think 99% of the keepers would couldn't have stopped it. There is 1% chance though. We should keep it. But yeah, it was a screamer for him. And this game actually looked more like a moral defeat to us because we lost to a team who is currently in the bottom half of the table as well as they were 10 men in this game. Right? The pretty much the start of the game. So yeah, rest of the match, United was the team who dominated with the shots, the corners, the pressure was there, but eventually we weren't able to convert. Not even an offside goal, but yeah, credit to Everton, and there were some crazy saves by Jordan Pickford in that game. So yeah, we need to work on a lot of things. Defensively shaky again. The finishing was poor. The mentality was also questionable. And for a club like United, this type of performance, which was uh, against Everton, which we saw, is unacceptable. So yeah, we jump onto the next game against Palace. So we went again to London at Sellers Park to face Palace, and that was a pretty different kind of an different kind of a game for United. We all know what I'm talking about because at one point we are drawing against Nottingham Forest. The other game we are drawing against Tottenham. We lost against the 10th man Everton. Earlier in the season, we had lost against Grimsby out of nowhere. So yeah, this is that kind of a season I think where we can't expect which United would turn up. So yeah, coming back to the Palace game, a much needed win for the Everton game. Palace took the lead via a Mateta goal, which was considered via foul, courtesy of Lenny Oro, who looked shaky after that foul, who looked shaken after that foul. I don't know. I think he went into regret or something. So yeah, but one interesting thing happened that Mateta had to take the penalty kick twice because the first time which he took, there was a double touch, and the second time he scored it cleanly. So yeah, United was sluggish again in the first half, in which Palace took the lead, and there was not much attacking threat. Crystal Palace was the one looking. I mean, they were at staying at home, and they looked pretty comfortable against us. But in the second half, a different United turned up, and right after the halftime, Joshua Zirkzee scored the equalizer for United. And then a set piece goal actually by Mason Mount, courtesy of Bruno assist, and which took the game to a 2-1 win for United. We had a good couple of good, I think, 15-20 minutes after taking the lead to keep the lead intact, and pretty much we did the same. And United showed character in this game, and we showed composure under the pressure in the final minutes where Palace was looking to equalize. But yeah, that's the version of United that we want to see. We didn't see that against Everton. Also against Tottenham, that was the same case. Also against Nottingham Forest, that was the same case. So this is the United which we want to see, the never die attitude which United have in their DNA. So we need to see that the ability to fight and come back from behind. So yeah, that is the one thing which we need to work on. So the next game, the recent game which was played against West Ham, I don't know what it is between West Ham and Manchester United that we can't get past West Ham pretty easily because in the last season we were struggling in the last season. That's no doubt. And West Ham did a double against us, if I'm not wrong. The last, the second leg, which was played in the last season, West Ham won 2-1. And earlier in the season as well, I think when Ten Hag got sacked, that game also West Ham beat us. So yeah, coming back to the West Ham game, which was played on the 5th of December, it was a 1-all, which was pretty disappointing result for us, shocking result for us, because this game gave us a chance if we won that game. Most of the part we were winning that game, and if we had won that game, we would have come at number 5, closing the gap between the top 5. So yeah, United being United, we don't know which United would turn up that day. It was a home game. United had chances, no doubt. We dominated the game. We also attempted to control the game, but in the closing stages, again, the defensive lapses and lack of concentration. And that was the moment when West Ham capitalized and scored the equalizer in the 80th minute. And then after that, we lost control of the game. And I don't know what happened there because most of the game we were doing pretty well. I think the one factor which was there that Dillit didn't play that game. He was playing a pretty good defensive job on center back for United, and one game Amorim keeps him out, and we have a 1-1 all draw against West Ham. We concede a goal, and yeah, after that there was no coming back. And yeah, home advantage, 3 points were there. We dropped points again. So yeah, inconsistency again creeping into the squad. So there are some takeaways from the past 4 or 5 games. The first 8 points we got from a possible 12 out of the last four, but the sequence which the games happened, a draw against Tottenham, a win against Palace, a loss, Everton, a draw against West Ham. So inconsistency was there. And that's the first point which I have. So from fight back draws against Tottenham to loss to scrappy wins and again to a frustrating draw against West Ham, United were all over the place. Secondly, defensive fragility and lack of focus is there because conceding late goals against Spurs, giving away chances to Everton, and even though we had the numerical advantage and letting the bottom side get the upper hand or uh, get to equal with us, that is West Ham. So not demeaning any club, but yeah, West Ham are in the bottom of the bottom 5. So a point for them is a win actually, and a draw for us in that game was a loss for us. So yeah, and sometimes the resilience and character is there, but sometimes it is not there. In the Palace win, we saw that the equalizer, the winning goal. So there was a fight from us. There was character. There was mentality that the players won't have a give up attitude. But in the other games, it was not there. Lack of cutting edge and composure because the chances are getting created, the presses are being made, but in the final third, we aren't able to convert those goals, those chances into goals because most of the chances I think are going on over the goal or side through the sides, hitting the crossbar, hitting the post. Hitting the crossbar or post is still fine for me because at least we are getting into that frame of the goal, but hitting the balls away or losing possession in that half of the pitch is not acceptable, and that is leading the team down. Also, the decision making in that section is costing us the games. So, the bottom line is that this run has shown that United side, two sides of United, that is the best side and the worst side. We are still, it looks like the players are confused, the manager is confused, like what to do in certain scenarios. But I think we need to be far more stable in our performance. We need to be consistent. And the points which I mentioned, so we need to work against it. Inconsistency, we have to be consistent. Defensive fragility is there, lack of focus. We need to be focused throughout the game. Our defenses need to be solid, rock solid, and we need to start keeping clean sheets also because as every football fan knows that goal difference is the key at any stage of the competition. That determines the position, that determines where you finish on the table, what opportunities you get, and so on. So yeah, that is some that are some takeaways. So the final section of this video, that what it means for the season. So the next game we play against Wolves this weekend. And yeah, as we head into the mid stretch of the tournament, the message is clear that mentality and consistency are the two key factors that will define our season. And if we deliver with discipline and composure as well as killer instincts, then we've got potential. But the lapses, if they continue, then however much talented our squad is, that won't matter. And yeah, you guys can let us know in the comments that which of these four games actually gave you hope and which one made you lose faith in the squad. And also, another question from my side is, do we have the squad to finish in the top four this season and get a Champions League spot? So yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this breakdown of uh, the past four games, so smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell icon for notifications of our videos. And I have noticed that a lot of you guys are not subscribed to our channel, so do that. And see you guys in the next video. So till then, stay united.